All right, here we go. Day before the game, Alabama versus Tennessee. Yesterday, I did my preview of the matchup. Today, I'm going to give you a prediction of the matchup based on things that I've seen and based on what I think will happen. I, of course, believe Alabama will win this game, this third Saturday of October matchup, and here's why. So, with Tennessee, as I said, first of all, they've had a great season so far. They actually look better than Texas A&M. So, actually, I think this game will be tougher than the A&M game, but that doesn't mean that they will win. Tennessee, first of all, has all these injuries uh, on the offensive line, on the defensive line. Both of their starting cornerbacks are out. One of their linebackers is out. It doesn't look good. I think maybe two of their linebackers are out. I think is Kirkland a linebacker? I think so. Uh, Either way, Reese Maven, Kirkland, a lot of these guys are injured or out. Even if they do play, I'm not sure they'll be as effective. That puts them at a massive disadvantage against Alabama coming in just based off attrition alone. Uh, Now, to be fair, they did stand up well against Texas A&M even after their guys got injured. So I do believe they're resilient and they're a tough team. But I'm not that impressed with Texas A&M's offense as a lot of the media has been, and you'll see why when Alabama plays them next week. So Tennessee played well, and but they lost Daniel Brown on the D line. They basically what I'm saying is that Tennessee can't hold up against Alabama, and we're gonna see that. I think they're gonna play tough and they're gonna hang around for a bit, but I don't think they can hold up. Alabama, as I've been saying all year, we are better offensively than we've been the last 2 years. And the reason why is because we do have more balance, at least in terms of our offensive line blocking ability. This offensive line can run block and can pass block. The last 2 years, it's been spotty, very, very spotty. And I believe the addition of Brent Key in the offseason has been monumental for Alabama because the interior line looks like it's gotten better. And two, I guess Mario Cristobal's doing a great job with the tackles because Jonah Williams and Cam Robinson are playing great. So the offensive line is pass blocking and run blocking very well, and that's allowed us to look even better on offense than we've had in the past couple of seasons. We are actually getting tough yards on the ground. Our running backs are electrifying. Not only is the line pushing people, but the running backs are making people miss and getting the yards down the field and after contact, which is amazing. That's good to see. And there's just been plenty of times I've noticed it in every game so far. Jalen Hurts has had so much time to pass the ball, sometimes too much time to me because he seems to hold on the ball too long, but it hasn't stopped us. Against Arkansas, we played a complete game, moved the ball on offense, moved the ball up and down the field, and it was great. And against this Tennessee team, which is down two cornerbacks and doesn't have their best linebackers on the field, that doesn't bode well. Now, to be fair, they do have Corey Vereen and they have Derek Barnett on the bookend defensive line ends and Shy Tuttle. They have a lot of talent in that D line, but the prediction is that Alabama's offensive line will defeat that D line. And after the defensive line, Tennessee's rest of the defense doesn't match up. Our receivers can beat their cornerbacks. Our running backs can beat their linebackers. As long as Alabama stays balanced, I believe we won't have too much trouble scoring on Tennessee. Now, do I believe we'll score as much as we did against Arkansas? No, because I believe Tennessee has a more talented defense than Arkansas. Now, what'll determine if that happens is if Tennessee's offense does nothing, and if that's the case and their defense is on the field all game, then we probably will score more than we did against Arkansas. But I believe Tennessee will put up a fight. So speaking of, let's talk about Alabama's defense against Tennessee's offense. Tennessee's offensive line, they at times held the Texas A&M pass rush at bay. Now that could be due to the fact that Myles Garrett didn't play a lot because he was injured. Um, but Deshaun Hall at times abused their right tackle. And I expect that to continue with Alabama because the right tackle usually is going up against Ryan Anderson and the guys basically rushing from the left side of the Alabama defensive line. And that could be Tim Williams sometimes. It could be Ryan Anderson. Could be Dalvin Tomlinson, who's a beast on that side. So that right tackle position, watch out for that. Watch Ryan Anderson against the right tackle for Tennessee. It could be trouble. And not to mention that Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, and Dalvin Tomlinson inside against that new center, because I don't think Weissman's going to be back this game. So whoever they've inputted at center, if Deron Payne plays like he did against Arkansas, that guy's in trouble. And so I don't believe Joshua Dobbs will have the time to actually to get the plays off to his talented receivers like Josh Malone and Juwan Jennings. Now, what makes it interesting is that, as I said plenty of times before, Alabama plays tight man-to-man coverage defense. So that opens up the cornerbacks. It puts the cornerbacks at risk. There's an automatic risk associated with playing man-to-man coverage because if the receiver gets a step, or even if the receiver doesn't get a step, which happens a lot of times with these Alabama cornerbacks, the quarterback throws the ball up and gives his receiver a chance. And if they're big and talented, they can fight the defensive back off for the ball and keep it. That's just a risk associated with the man-to-man coverage anyway. So I can see Joshua Dobbs maybe hitting, uh, like throwing the ball up and then getting some yards, maybe converting a few first downs that way. Because that's how teams they have to. It's a necessity to attack Alabama's defense that way. Otherwise, you will lose the game because you'll be running into the strength of the defense the whole game. And so, but the issue is Joshua Dobbs, as much as he's improved over the years, he downfield passing is still not his strongest asset. Is his strongest asset is hitting the shorter passes and getting plays on the run and throwing on the run, which Alabama will attempt to contain, which we've done a great job of doing toward the spread mobile quarterbacks over the past year or two with our rotations and with the way we rush the quarterback. Alabama doesn't just go attack the offensive line for rushing quarterbacks. They seek to contain them, and once they have them contained, then they'll go for a sack. And so I'm attempting that to make Joshua Dobbs stay in the pocket, and Joshua Dobbs will have to beat Alabama down the field. And I don't believe he can do that. I don't think he will do that. He may hit a play or two, but it won't be because our defensive backs are burned. It'll either be because of hopefully not anymore undisciplined play, or just that their receiver Josh Malone or Juwan Jennings made a great play on the ball. But that it takes more than that to beat Alabama. They won't be able to run the ball in between the tackles like they did against Texas A&M. I don't believe in Texas A&M's run defense. That's one of the reasons why I think Alabama would beat Texas A&M. But like I said, that's next week, and so they won't be able to do that against Alabama. So the game will be all on Joshua Dobbs to make plays. So at the end of the day, what I'm predicting for this score is that Alabama. Oh, it's so tough predicting these scores, but I'm gonna say Alabama wins this game 35-14. Roll Tide. Let me know what you guys think.